Hello there my friends, it's Ebird Online again, and I'm here with another review from before the 90 days. And today I'm going to be talking about Geoffrey, Varya and Mary. Please don't forget to press that red button and subscribe to my channel for regular updates. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Ebird99. Please also don't forget to smash the like button if you like the video. My likes have been going down of late, so I kind of want to get them back up there again. So if you like the video, please don't forget to let me know. So where are we with this middle-aged love triangle? You'd think they're all old enough to know better. Apparently not. And we join this strange trio when Mary's just popped up into the pub. So Mary pops up and says, "Hi y'all, hi." And she has a fake smile on her face. But Mary, my poor dear, we can see the pain etched onto your face. And Geoffrey strolls over to her and says, "Are you alright?" And Mary, she kind of nods. "Mary, no, you're not alright. Tell him how you feel." "No, I'm not alright. You've got some Russian birds staying at your house. And just yesterday you were telling me you wanted to go forward with me. And you wanted it to be me and you only. Make your decision now. Don't wait, Mary. Don't wait for him to decide at leisure if he wants Varya or if he wants Mary. Just tell him here and now. Whatever will be, Geoffrey. Make your decision now. If we women stick together and put someone's balls on the chopping block, they have to make a decision." He wasn't sure about Varya at that point, so he would have had to stick his neck out and potentially be alone. Poor Geoffrey, who'd have thought it? Geoffrey just wants to have his cake and eat it, and it's absolutely infuriating me because Mary's behaviour is enabling this to happen. And to production, Geoffrey says, "I care for Mary, she's one of my best friends. I don't want to lose out on our friendship." Oh Lord, Mary, you've already lost. I hate to call it so early, you're finished. And back at the pub, Varya asks Mary for a chat. And Varya says to her friends, "Don't worry, she'll be safe." Mary says it's not my safety they're worried about. But this to me is just typical of Varya. She's got that kind of mean girl superiority behind her. But between you and me, if Mary and Varya were to have a scrap, my money's on Mary all day long. And so they sit down and Varya said, "I'm as surprised as you are that this has happened." And Mary says, "Why the F are you here?" Mary, "Okay, I've been having a massive go at Varya, but Varya's kind of trying to talk to you fairly normally at the moment. Why drop the F-bomb?" And so Varya gets amped up real quick and she says, "Don't speak to me that way. I won't accept it. Do you know what? If you want to know what's good for you, just stay away from Geoffrey whilst I'm here." And Mary says, "I'm not staying away from anybody. I'm a constant in his life." Mary, yeah, you are. You're a constant fallback in his life. I digress. And then Varya tells Mary, "You're really arrogant. I can't bear you. You're so arrogant." And Varya got bored of the whole conversation and she stood up and walked off. So in this little argument, I think that Mary didn't handle it very well at all. What Mary should have done is found out from Varya, was Geoffrey actually texting you? Was he responding to you? Were there any conversations? She needs to know, how has this happened? Now you guys will all know that I said to you last week, if Varya turned up on the back of no contact with Geoffrey for 3 months, and yes guys, it is 3 months, because I note the length of her hair, then Varya is a psycho. I was completely true because Varya has confirmed that yes, she was talking to Geoffrey. She said he wasn't being free-flowing with her and he wasn't having long chats, but he was actually answering her texts. And she did actually tell him, "I have a visa," but she didn't tell him, "I'm going to turn up." So Geoffrey, you weren't as surprised as you made out. Also, you knew good and well that if Varya's bothered to go and get a visa, it's to come and see you. So you should have said at some point to Mary, "Varya's got a visa. I think she's going to come over. I don't know if she's going to pop up. I don't really know what the situation is, but I haven't given her the come on, but she has got a visa." At least then Mary will be able to rein in her own feelings and rein in how much of herself she gave to you. Geoffrey did this whole thing on purpose. I'm going to talk about this in far more detail at the end of the video. But Geoffrey, I've got your number. So anyway, Varya just walked off from the conversation with Mary, and then she walked over to the group of friends and said, "So nice to meet you, but I'm just not feeling this," and she leaves the bar. Mary tells production that Varya is asinine, as she told her to stay away. And then Mary was almost crying as she said to production, "I don't know how to play this from here. I don't know what I should do. Should I just walk away? I don't know what to do." Oh Mary, if only you had a friend like the Ebird, I'd tell you what to do in a hot freaking second. You would set Varya straight and say to Varya, "Geoffrey's been playing us both, it's clear to me." You would then go to Geoffrey and say, "Here and now, make your decision. Do you want to go ahead and spend the 2 weeks with Varya? If you do, I'm done, I'm out, I'm gone. I think at this point Geoffrey would have said, yeah, I'm going to spend the time with Varya, I'll see you later. But at least you would come out of it with a soupçon of dignity. Maybe half a soupçon, who knows. But anyway, some dignity. But whilst all this is happening, Geoffrey's still folding his arms and enjoying the show with a smirk on his face. And the next time we see Geoffrey, he's in bed with Varya the next morning. And he said Varya was so upset, so I didn't want to stay there, I left with her. What about Mary, Geoffrey? What about your good friend who you don't want to lose your friendship with? What about her? And Varya was in bed and she was saying, Geoffrey, whilst I'm here, I don't want to speak about Mary. And they both agreed not to talk about Mary. And my friends, everything is just working out for Geoffrey. It's being made so easy for him. So Geoffrey and Varya go sightseeing to a steam train and then they go for drinks. They cheers and Varya says, to what are we celebrating? And Geoffrey said, you being here. And then they both had a chat about the failed proposal. And Varya said, since you left Russia, I realised I made a massive mistake. And Geoffrey said, if I asked you again to get married to me, what would you say? And Varya said, yes, without a moment's hesitation, fueling speculation that Varya has lost her goddamn mind. I almost want Varya to get married to Geoffrey, just as a punishment. But then Geoffrey tells production, I really don't want to get hurt again. So I have to think about this really seriously. Geoffrey, what about everyone else? What about Mary? What about your kids? What about your friendship group? What about everybody else bar you? Geoffrey only ever thinks of himself. It astonishes me. I don't know why it astonishes me, because we know what Geoffrey's like. He's no good. But it's just shocking. It really is shocking to me. Anyway, next time we see this couple, they decide to spend time with Geoffrey's 2 older children. And when they meet up with the 2 older boys, Varya says she's really embarrassed about how she behaved in front of Paxton. Varya, you're not really that embarrassed because you did it live on national television. Everybody has seen it, not just Paxton. Also, you weren't bothered whatsoever when you saw Mary. You didn't say, Mary, I'm sorry how I acted before. I wasn't myself. You just carried on from where you left off. Varya, that is you. And as they walk around the countryside, Varya says, I love nature. Really, Varya? Last time you were talking about the USA, you wanted to go to Manhattan. You wanted to be in the city, and you said, and I quote, I'm a city girl. Or was it I'm a shitty girl? I don't know. Maybe it was a mispronunciation. But that's what I thought I heard. But Geoffrey's 2 boys seem to like her. And one son says to Geoffrey, what about Mary? And Geoffrey says, I still want her as a friend. And like I say, Mary, you're out, you're over, you've lost. Varya's won, she's the victor, she's victorious. I'm just telling it like I see it. And the boys tell us that they noticed their daddy's smiling more once again. And this is just another bit of evidence that Mary was a placeholder for him. And that evening, Geoffrey and Varya go on a cruise, and on the cruise they decide to have dinner. And Varya lets us know that when she sees Geoffrey, she has butterflies. Varya, that's not butterflies. That's common sense exiting your body. Nevertheless, she continues. It's going too slowly, she tells Geoffrey. And then she asks him, how do you see the future? And Geoffrey tells Varya, all my emotions came flooding back when you turned up. And Varya says, well, the next move should be from you. Mary, you need to watch this girl and you need to watch how she manages a situation. She's more or less telling him at all times what she wants. Don't speak to Mary. Don't speak about Mary. What do you want from the relationship, Geoffrey? Here's what I want from you, Geoffrey. Whatever you say about Varya, she takes the bull by its horns. She knows what she wants and she goes to get it. She doesn't hang around in the background hoping somebody will choose her as a booby prize. And on the final day of Varya's stay, they go for a walk in the park and they go to a wishing tree and they both write a wish on a piece of paper. And I think you have to pin this paper to the tree and then ring a bell. I guess it's like our version of a wishing well, I'm not sure. But they both write a wish. Ebird has written a wish too. My wish for Geoffrey is that he starts treating women with respect and stops beating them to a pulp. My wish for Varya is that she learns to keep a civil tongue in her mouth and that she goes onto Google and types in Geoffrey Paschal tick sheet. They're just the Ebird's wishes. And then, as we all expected, Geoffrey gets down on one knee and he proposes to Varya again, and this time Varya says yes. Yes, what? Yes to a lifetime of manipulation. Yes to a lifetime of beatings. Yes to being with TLC's #1 narcissist. And then Varya says there's a big tradition in Russia, and this tradition says that you should carry me now all the way to your house. And somewhere in a faraway land, I can hear Usman being glad he's from Nigeria and not Russia. And the next morning Varya's leaving and she says she's going to miss Geoffrey. But on the way to the airport, Geoffrey says he's going to apply for the K1 visa, and although they won't see each other for a few months, it's worth it because they'll be together in the end. So what do we make of all of this? It's my contention that Geoffrey wanted this to happen all along. I believe he gave just as many texts to Varya as he needed to do in order to lure her over. He was still smarting from the fact that Varya said no, and he wanted his day in the sunshine. So in my mind, Geoffrey completely used Mary in order to get back at Varya, in order to make himself not look stupid, and also in order to galvanise Varya when she did turn up, because Varya knew she had another option. So the first reason that I think that Geoffrey used Mary was that he still spoke to Varya, and he maintained to everybody, no, I've not spoken to her and she's texting me and I'm ignoring her. But he wasn't ignoring every text. He was doing just enough to keep Varya still texting and to keep Varya imagining if she got a visa and came over, the response would be good. There was no mention to Mary that Varya was in contact with him at all, and in fact he denied it and lied about it. The second reason is that he filmed with Mary. So he made sure as soon as he got back, he got into bed with Mary, he filmed with Mary, he filmed with his son saying, yeah, I'm kind of seeing Mary. He wanted to make sure that everybody knew, I've bounced back from Varya. I was really hurt and really upset, but hey ho, I've got another girl on the go now. And he didn't want to look an idiot, and he used Mary for that reason. The third reason that I think he used Mary is that he let Mary walk away. On the day that Varya turned up, he didn't say, everybody come in, let's sit and have a chat. Or he didn't say to Varya, okay, I'm going to book you into a hotel for a couple of nights and we're going to sort this whole thing out. He let Mary just walk away. And he didn't do it just once, he did it twice, because when Mary turned up at the pub and Varya decided, I'm leaving, he went with her. How rude. The next reason is when Varya turned up to the door, he let Varya be hella rude to Mary. She was running off her mouth, she was swearing, she was saying, Geoffrey, she's so irritating. And even though Geoffrey was saying, it's not Mary's fault, he didn't really stand up for her. I've disliked people in the past and stood up for them more than Geoffrey stood up for Mary. And so if internet reports are to be believed, Geoffrey is back with Mary. Although Geoffrey was banned from the tell-all next week, so we're not going to hear from him directly. But I understand he's in a relationship again now with Mary. And I wonder to myself, has Mary seen all of these episodes? I bet she hasn't. I bet she's watching them real time with all of us. Because I can't believe she would have got back together with Geoffrey if she knew how much he was into Varya. And so I'm going to do a bit of research later in the week, and if there's anything to update you with on the whole situation, I will let you know. But just before I go, I have a message directly to Geoffrey. So Geoffrey's left me a series of messages, some threatening, some just making ridiculous allegations about the Ebird. And I just want to say, Geoffrey, I'm really sorry if your feelings were hurt when I called you a narcissistic ballbag and a psychotic little MF. But I genuinely thought you already knew. I didn't think I was telling you anything you didn't already know. Geoffrey, you've got the kind of face I want to hit with my foot. And I've heard from other YouTubers that you've been threatening people and sending threatening messages and emails. Literally, nobody cares. I haven't bothered to cover you the whole season just because I think you're such a POS. We shouldn't give you any semblance of a good edit. But once the opportunity arose for me to slate you again, yes, you guessed it, you popped back up on my channel. So I just want to finally say, for what it's worth, I think that Varya, in the end, did manage to Google Geoffrey, and I think she found out what we all know and what we've all heard, and I think that she dumped him, and I think that is the reason, and the only reason, that he's back with Mary. So my friends, let me know what you think. Do you think that Geoffrey is back with Mary because once again he got dumped by Varya? And what do you think Mary's response will be to seeing everything that went on with Varya and Geoffrey whilst she was incommunicado? So please let me know in comments down below. As per usual, I really enjoy interacting with you guys and finding out what everyone else thinks. I just think Mary's been a doormat and she's continuing to be a doormat. And I believe that Varya wanted him until she found out what he was really like and she ran a mile. I also think that Geoffrey was probably unable to file for the K1 visa, so the whole thing was a no-go anyway because of his comprehensive tick sheet and also his pending charges. Very quickly before I go, please click that red button, make the eBird a very happy eBird, and subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Mbird99, and don't forget to smash that like button. You've been listening to Ebird Online. Thank you for letting me get it off my chest. Ciao for now.